So before we get started, first I want to make it clear that while I do have a lot of nice things to say about these bearings, I'm not sponsored by Bronson, so you can expect this review to be an honest account of my experience with them. So the first and probably the most important factor that I want to go over is, are these bearings fast? After using them for a little over a year now, I can say with confidence that they're definitely fast, at least on par with Bone's Swiss bearings, despite the price point being significantly lower. They cost around $40 US compared to around $60 for Bone Swiss. Right out of the box, you can see that they allow your wheels to spin almost frictionlessly around the truck axle, and in the free spin test that I did, they spun for well over a minute on the first try. Now, it's one thing for them to be fast when they're brand new, but how long does it take before they start to slow down? If you've ever used Bone's Reds bearings, you probably know that after around 3 months, dirt and grime will accumulate inside the bearings and start to have a noticeable impact on the rolling friction you experience while you're riding. You can temporarily extend the life of your bearings, however, if you clean them out and lubricate them with speed cream, but in my experience, each successive cleaning seems to further reduce the time until the next cleaning is needed. Now, Bronson RAWs, on the other hand, don't seem to ever need any maintenance at all for some reason. My guess is it's possibly due to the fact that they don't have a dust shield on them, which may actually work against other bearings by keeping the dirt trapped inside. So one of the reasons I decided to try these out in the first place was that I figured that when the time finally did come to need to clean them, I wouldn't have to take each wheel off, pull the bearings out, and then remove the dust shields in order to apply speed cream. Instead, the plan was just going to be to put the speed cream on it while the wheel is still on the axle of the truck. But like I said before, that time hasn't come yet, so I haven't really had a chance to try that out. Now, one thing that I don't really understand yet is that these bearings are advertised to sound better than other bearings, but personally I really haven't noticed too big of a difference, if any at all. As far as I can tell, they sound just the same as any other skateboard bearings. Alright, so now it's time to go outside and do a speed test comparing the year-old Bronson RAWs that I haven't ever cleaned to a brand new set right out of the box. Alright, so we have the year-old Bronson RAWs installed right now, and we're going to just drop in from a specific point up there and time how long it takes to get to a specific point down here. I'm thinking the end of the bridge where the two types of cement meet. And then we'll keep everything else exactly the same, except we'll just change the bearings out to brand new Bronson RAWs and do the exact same test again and see how much wear and tear took place on these in a year's worth of skating. And then hopefully that'll give you some kind of gauge of how durable they are. So now we're going to replace those with brand new Bronson RAWs. From having skated down the hill already with the old ones, I don't think these are going to be a whole lot faster. Those actually seemed pretty frictionless. Alright, so now we've got the brand new Bronson RAWs in, and let's see how they compare to each other. Alright, so we're out here at the second location. The first location, the concrete on the bridge seemed a little rough. It had lines in it going all the way across, and I'm not sure if that's going to ruin the test, so we're going to repeat the test on a different hill, make sure the results are consistent. Just like before, we're going to start and stop at the same point, and this time we're going to start with the new bearings since I already have those installed, and then switch to the old bearings. Okay, so we're about as high up as we can go where the other camera can still see when we touch down, so this is actually perfect. We have a nice line right here to start at, and then the blue reflector at the bottom of the hill is going to be where we stop the timer, so this should be perfect. Someone moved my stick, man. All right, much better. So now we're going to put the 1-year-old bearings back in. So some tips on replacing your bearings. It's easier with a good skate tool. This one is made by Silver. I highly recommend it. I'll put a link to this skate tool in the description. Whenever you install your bearings, I would recommend putting a speed washer on each side of the bearings on the axle. And when you're removing these bearings out of here, you don't need any special tools. You just basically put it slightly on the axle and pull it off just like that. It's no big deal. And then when you install your bearings, just put the shield side, or in this case, since these are shieldless bearings, the side where you can see the ball bearings face down. Take your wheel, push it down onto the bearing until it's flush. Repeat for the other side. Then obviously don't forget to put your speed washer on, the wheel, the other speed washer, and then the nut. And then tighten your nut so that the wheel just barely can wiggle around, but not too much. So I don't know what kind of person I would be if I didn't try to go down the entire hill, so I'm going to do that now, just for fun. Always wanted to see what this looks like in slow motion. Alright, so after seeing the results of the test, I'm sure it's easy to tell why I have so many nice things to say about these bearings. Even after a year of riding them, they're still just about as fast as they were when they were fresh out of the box, and not having to do any cleaning or maintenance on them is a huge advantage over the other bearings I've used. If you're interested in getting a set for yourself, check out the description section below, as I'll leave a link to these bearings, the skate tool, and my favorite wheels. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below and let me know, and as always, never stop improving.